Hi, welcome to another video. So, Claude Code has got some updates, and I thought I'd talk a bit about these new updates. First of all, there's a new option in Claude Code that allows you to make it think more. Generally, Claude Code only works without much thinking, or with very little thinking. However, you can increase the amount of thinking by asking it to think, and it will basically increase the tokens allocated for thinking. If you ask it to think even harder, then it will think even more, which is great because it allows you to trigger more extended thinking than just saying think alone. It will automatically extend the thinking tokens based on how much thinking you ask it to do. It's great to see, as this will allow you to make it think through super hard problems. Another option that they have newly added is Vim mode. Vim mode will basically make the interface look like Vim. To enter something, you'll need to first enter I, and all the Vim commands that are generally used will work here. It's pretty cool if you use that. Next one is custom/commands. These custom commands are basically saved prompts that you can just run, like you can have one prompt saved for testing, and then just send that prompt with the custom command option. You can create commands by adding markdown files to your home Claude folder, and then to the commands folder. You can just create a markdown file there and put in your prompt accordingly. It also has improved tool use latency, which means that common operations, including Git operations, are much snappier now. Another thing is that it has an auto-accept mode where you can use Shift+Tab to switch on this mode, where Claude creates changes without stopping to ask permission at each step. This is great, as you can just give it a task and not have to look at it until it's done, which is great if you do want to use that. It also has autocomplete for file paths. Now, while typing, Claude Code will suggest file paths matching your input, and you can accept that with the Tab key. Next is Auto-Compact for context management. It now automatically compacts conversation history while preserving important information, so you can work on longer problems without worrying about context limits. Another option is the Web Fetch option. This allows you to paste a URL into Claude Code, and it will pull the content from that web page as context. It is actually super handy to not context switch as much between Claude Code and a browser. It is great if you wish to give it some kind of documentation, or specification, or project requirement, or anything like that, and it can instantaneously work on that and gain context. So, that's cool. These are the major updates about it. You can go ahead and use it all you want, as it is now also generally available without messing around with a waitlist. So, that's super cool. It is really capable and better than things like Cursor, which limit your context limits and whatnot. So, use this, and you can also use things like Aider as well if you wish to. Another thing that I want to touch upon since we are on this topic is new research that they have published that basically allows you to get a better response from the 3.7 Sonnet model. They propose a new thing called Think, which is supposed to be a new tool that improves Claude's complex problem-solving performance. In this, they basically propose that if we give it a think tool where it can put in its thoughts, then it can perform even better. They say that with the think tool, we're giving Claude the ability to include an additional thinking step, complete with its own designated space, as part of getting to its final answer. The think tool looks something like this, where we basically just define a simple tool that does nothing but only allows it to put its thoughts in there. The tool's name is Think, and in the description, we ask it to use the tool to think about something. It will not obtain new information or change the database, but just append the thought to the log. Use it when complex reasoning or some cache memory is needed. They then evaluated 3.7 Sonnet on TauBench, where the Think tool alone achieves 0.812 comma compared to 0.783 for the baseline 3.7 Sonnet. You can see that this increases the performance by quite a bit, which is pretty amazing. They have also shared the prompt that makes it perform a tad bit better as well, which is pretty good. They also say that using the Think tool with the optimized prompt achieved significantly better results over extended thinking mode. Using the Think tool alone without prompting improved performance over baseline, but still fell short of the optimized approach. They also use this tool on the SWE bench, and it achieves a new SOTA score on it, which is kinda amazing. It performs better than extended thinking, which is kind of great to see. In conclusion, they say that our research has demonstrated that the Think tool can significantly enhance Claude 3.7 Sonnet's performance on complex tasks requiring policy adherence and reasoning in long chains of tool calls. Think is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but it offers substantial benefits for the correct use cases, all with minimal implementation complexity. I think that this research is kinda amazing to see, as it should also be able to get similar results on things like smaller models that are local. Like, if we do a similar thing on something like DeepSeek or Phi4 or Qwen, then we may be able to get even better results, which will be cool to see. I really like this approach, and we already have some of the sequential thinking MCP servers already, which I already use when using local models. If you do wish to use this and try it out, then you can use this Agno GitHub repo, where they have set up a pretty simple thing with this, where the tool is implemented, and you can use it and see how well it performs accordingly on your tasks. It's super simple code as well. I really like all these things, and thought I'd talk about this in one video. Let me know what you guys think about this, and if you're using Claude Code or not. I've been using it, and I really like it over some other stuff that I have used. Please subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts as well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.